Well, my favourite scary movie moment is from Hitchcock's classic Psycho, and it's maybe not the one that everybody will be expecting, which is the famous shower scene. For me, the scariest sequence in that movie is actually the murder of the detective Arbogast, which is the Norman Bates' second killing. You know, it's a different kind of horror. It's the sudden power of Norman Bates, or Mrs. Bates, as we then believe, you know, storming out and just viciously attacking him. It's, you know, Psycho's known for its mood and its slow build terror, but that's a real moment of just immediate, shocking, quite gory horror. And for me, that blows the shower scene out of the water, and it's definitely my favourite horror movie moment.
My favourite scary movie moment probably has to be a scene in Jaws when Richard Dreyfuss's character, Hooper, goes down to sort of the wreckage of Ben Gardner's boat, and he first picks up a shark tooth, and then after that we see through the hole in the boat Ben Gardner's body, face first, kind of comes through, and it's just an incredibly scary moment that absolutely terrified me when I was a kid. John Williams' music as well kind of really kicks in there. It's like a very screeching, Psycho-esque score. It just frightened me to death.
My favourite scary movie moment is the scene from the first Alien movie when Captain Dallas goes into air ventilation to try and track down the alien on board. And it's one of those terrible movie moments where you know that the character's just done the worst thing they could possibly do, trapping himself in this claustrophobic environment with this 7-foot monster. And as he kind of realises, you know, what the terrible situation he's in, he freaks out. And as you can see the little dot on the motion tracker getting closer and closer and closer to him, and he turns around and there's the alien. And cuts to black. Bye-bye, Captain Dallas.
Yeah, my scariest movie moment would have to be in The Shining, where Danny is trying to warn his mum that Jack Nicholson is about to come and attempt to butcher them with an axe. And he does this by repeating the word red rum over and over and over and over again. Then writes it on the door, and then his mum looks in the mirror when she wakes up and she sees that it spells out murder, and it is just absolutely terrifying. It's so surreal. And I remember seeing that when I was about 12, the moment where you realise what it spelled out, right before the axe comes through the door. It is chilling, and the score is the most uncanny music you've ever heard, so it scarred me for life.
My favourite scary movie moment is the opening part of Stephen King's It, which terrified me as a child. I think terrified everyone as a child. Very early on in that film, little Georgie, cute little Georgie in his Mac, he's let his little boat run all the way down the sort of drains there and pops his hand down to go and get it, but there's a clown there. Clowns are scary anyway, let's be honest. Clowns are terrifying. The idea that clowns are in any way not terrifying is utterly bizarre. They're just horrific. But this clown is especially terrifying because he's played by Tim Curry. He looks evil before he even evils out. And he chats a little bit to Georgie, tells him he'll hand him back his boat, and then gets very nasty. Tells him he'll float down here, we'll all float down here, grabs little Georgie, and he's never seen him again.
It's not the scariest movie I've ever seen, but the bit in The Sixth Sense where Misha Barton's hand comes out from under the bed to grab Haley Joel Osment is one of the scariest things I've ever seen on film. Even now, I have to walk around the outside of the room if there's a bed in the middle of the room because it just freaks me out too much.
My favourite scary movie moment ever has to be the original version of The Thing with Kurt Russell. It just goes from being kind of mildly tense to being absolute carnage within a few seconds. He's trying to resuscitate this man, hands go through the chest, teeth come from nowhere, and it's just mental all of a sudden. You get the head come off, you've got wires going everywhere, and then I just think the use of animatronics and real special effects just makes it a much more realistic experience. You can see the reactions of the actors' faces, it's much more real. It goes a bit comical towards the end with the head spider thing, I don't know what you want, well, the thing I suppose, and it goes scuttling off in the corner, but to this day I'm really scared of spiders and dark spaces, and I blame The Thing on that.